In order for Cornell Notes to happen successfully in this class, all right, I need you to be ready today to work with other people. That would be the idea. I understand that some of you work better by yourselves. That's fine. I will allow that if while I'm walking around and checking, you're actually doing your job by yourself. But this is going to be practice. We're trying to gain a skill, okay? And so sometimes when that's happening, this is a good thing to do. Work with other people, okay? It's one of my classroom rules, right? We work together to get things done, all right? Second thing you need to be willing to do is willing to reference your text. Too many times already today, there are classes, there are individuals, there are students who are not looking at the text that we marked together yesterday in order to help us figure out the stuff we need to get to today. So please make sure that you are looking at what we did thoughtfully from yesterday. Okay? So make sure your text is ready. If you don't have it, you need to come see me at some point in the next couple minutes and grab one. Okay? Lastly, please be helpful today, which means take a chance. Be a risk taker in here. Okay? It's okay if you get something wrong or if your question is not 100% correct. What I'm more concerned with is that you are sharing your ideas. Okay? Because that's going to help us learn as a community in here. Because again, none of us are experts at Cornell Notes. That includes myself, and I'll admit that right out front. I can help you through this process. We're learning together. That means we're sharing. Sharing our ideas. Cool with that? Can we all agree to do this with me today?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Does everybody have a Cornell Notes worksheet out in front of them? Yes. Ready to go. Everyone have their text from yesterday out in front of them? Yes. Okay. Let's get started, please. So write that up top, please. Oh, and don't forget to fill out this box on the right, too. I'll do that in a second as well, but make sure your name is on this thing, please. I am grading this, not now, but later. Don't write my name on your paper. It's just to show you your name. Okay, whatever. Okay, we're good. What class is it? Is it 7? Oh, okay, my favorite. Date is the 20th today. 1/20/17. Okay. Now, essential question should appear at the top of your marked text. It's also on my board. I also just went through with you on a slide. What is it? Somebody. David.
What is manifest destiny and how did it affect the narrative?
Perfect. So we need to write that right here. So do that now, please. Okay. What is manifest destiny and how did it affect Native Americans? That's what we are going to try to accomplish with this text and with these Cornell notes. Okay. All right. So as we continue to build our skills related to taking Cornell notes, okay, once we start looking at our texts and trying to fill these notes out, one thing we need to do every time right away is to create a question that helps us take notes for each paragraph. Okay? So if you remember what we've been talking about, the question, remember, needs to be specific, but it needs to be broad enough in order for us to actually answer it with more than one particular detail in each paragraph. So I understand right off the bat that this is one of the hardest things to do when we're starting to learn how to take Cornell notes. I get it. We're working through this together, which is why I asked you to be ready to help each other out, to work with each other. Okay? So at this time, what I would like you to do is to look at your first paragraph. Okay? Look at your text. Remember, we're referencing our text. Okay? And what I would like you to do is either by yourself or with someone else, work and look at this and try to think, what question could I come up with for this particular paragraph that's going to help me take a bunch of notes? One of the best ways to go about that is to figure out what's the main idea of the paragraph. What's it trying to tell us? Okay? So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to do this. All right? And then we're going to come back together and we're going to hear what some of your insightful questions might be. The things that you come up with. And I will help you through this process. Remember, do not be afraid to share what you have. All right? Do we understand our task for the next 3 minutes?
Yes.
Any questions?
No.
Any questions?
No, my head hurt. Go.
I'll be right there, Joe. Get started, okay? Get started. Let's come back together here, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. You just took a break, man. Relax. Hold on.
I should have used it when I was
Listen. Not right now. I will in a second. Let me get started. How many of you were able to come up with a question? At least attempt to come up with a question. Good. That is by far, it's awesome. That's by far the biggest group of kids so far today that have been able to do that. How many of you though, and it's fine, you can be honest, it's cool. How many of you was it still kind of a struggle? The process is still a little bit blurry, it's hard to come up, that's fine too. Good. Thank you for being honest. That's totally fine. What happened in America in the 1840s? Write the question first, okay? Again, Skya got very close, all right? Many of you actually did. It was just worded differently, okay? What happened in America in the 1840s? Can we see that all right? Can you see it? Is it good? Yes? Okay. Hope so. What was the first note we were going to take, David?
Many American citizens and politicians believe that the United States was destined to stand from the Atlantic to the Pacific and from Canada to Mexico.
Oh, okay. We're not going to write all that. No. That's too much. We're going to try and shorten that a little bit. Okay. So, first of all, instead of saying American citizens and politicians, what can we say? Americans. That's it. That's all you got to say. Okay?
Spell American like this.
Thank you.
All we have to put down is American.
Hold on. Americans believed what?
Americans believe
They were
Superior.
destined.
expand the language.
What?
Expand the language. Expand the language. Take land. What is rightfully theirs.
Don't stop.
I love the, yeah. Okay.
What is rightfully theirs. Ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. What's the second note? If they're moving west, what are they trying to do?
They're trying to spread the idea of democracy.
Spread their idea.
You're too late.
Spread democracy.
Shh. Focus on what you should be writing right now, please. Stay with me. Okay. There's a sentence in here. Everybody pick up your text. I want it in front of your face. There's a sentence in here. Remember, it says, right after they say this idea that they wanted to spread democracy, westward. Okay, but this democratic vision did not include those they thought were incapable of self-government, particularly. Oh, I was like, seriously, we not? I know.
Let the boy teach.
Thank you,
Just say let the boy teach.
Thank you.
Boy teach. Just a person that came out of I know he's a grown up.
Okay. It's okay. It's all right. We're all learning. Okay. Paragraph 2. Same process. What I would like you to do is work with somebody. Reference your text. Look at paragraph 2 and think of a question you could come up with that would help us take some notes on paragraph 2? Do that now, please. Okay, so essentially what David said, why did Americans demand to be independent from Great Britain? Guess what? David, Deborah, nice job. Did anyone else have something similar to that I didn't call on? Why did the good? So this is where you make teachers happy, because you got it. That's what it is.
You like me?
David, curious, how did you come up with that question? What made you think of that might be what it is?
Oh, because when I was looking at it, it's pretty much like anything about like why they wanted their independence.
So you essentially figured out what the main idea of the paragraph was, and you made it a question.
Yeah.
No, I love it. It's great. Because I'm excited. If you don't know how to spell Great Britain, look up here or reference your text. So again, the question is, why did Americans demand independence from Great Britain? Now you might be thinking, Mr. Rishavy, I'm confused. Wait a minute. We were just talking about manifest destiny expanding westward. Now we're going back in time and talking about the Revolutionary War? Isn't this Minnesota Studies? What's happening? Understand, this is an informational text about how manifest destiny comes to be. Okay, the first paragraph was an introductory paragraph. Now we're going to get into tell me more.